Today, we have a GameCube that is now fully modded. If you didn't catch the stream I did recently, or if you're watching it right now, that's why I've got the face cam going right here, because I'm recording this while on stream. I had to take this lid sensor out of this GameCube because I had another one that was broken. And then right after I did all that, VGR sent me out his mod that uses a magnetic, or they think it's called a reed sensor, which this sensor right here will sense the magnet when it is close to it. There is also a bypass switch that he has added in this V2 version. So you can just flip this switch. Oh, that does not stick out. You can flip this switch and then it'll always act like the lid is closed. Of course, I don't have one on me to show what the original one looks like, but I'll have a picture on screen here of what the original GameCube lid sensor looks like. And it rests right over here. There is a little plastic tab here that would physically push a little lever back to show that the lid is closed, and it would make the disc spin. But the problem is those little things that stick up, whatever you want to call them, they break. They physically break in half, or for whatever reason, they just don't work. And there's not really an aftermarket replacement for it until now. So having this as a magnet sensor means that it won't physically wear out if you assemble it right. So it won't break in two like a lot of my sensors have in the past, whether it be my fault or not. And it's very easy to swap out. You just unscrew this one screw once you've taken the 4 Gambit screws off to open up your console, and then you plug it in right here. You remove the sticker that is stuck to the bottom, and then you can screw it back down with that one Phillips screw. So you'll want the sensor sticking up just like this. And he includes a couple little circle stickers that we can stick the magnet to. And we can open this up to make it a little easier. And we're just going to stick it to the bottom of that tab. And with the lid open, we can drop this down into place. You may need to adjust the magnet a bit, but I'm confident that I did it right first try. But don't be like me and just close it up acting all confident like you did it right, because I do not have the magnet lined up well enough. You can see this by taking off this back piece here. So what I need to do, I'm gonna take this back apart. I'm gonna open the lid back up. I'm gonna move it over into the bottom left corner and try and hang it down a little bit like that, because in that position, that's where that sensor kind of sticks up. Once again, we want to leave the lid open when we put this back together. And I'm doing this upside down because I have screws in the screw holes and I don't want them to fall out. And now we can see that that sensor lines up pretty darn well. I mean, you might not be able to see it because it's hard to see with all the shadows in the black console, but it is lined up pretty darn well for me. I might even move it a little closer to center. That way it's more over the sensor itself. I'm also going to push the sensor up to it there. A little more center like that. Not totally center, close enough. And then we can see that it is pretty darn well lined up. Push the sensor down so it can hopefully get pretty much touching the magnet when the lid is closed. I'm going to do this all upside down to test it again before we put it all back together. And it's spinning. Okay, well, let's make sure that it actually reads the game. Mario Kart Double Dash. Cool. We are good. It works. But if for whatever reason your magnet sensor does not work anymore, maybe you break it on installation, there is that bypass switch that you can flip and it'll always spin no matter what. In theory, at least. I don't know. You could probably break that switch too. And boom, that's it. Just like that, you swap over one little component and you make sure the magnet is actually lined up and you've got your lid switch back. Other than having the optional just auto switch to always have the disc spinning, this is cheaper than buying the original part from like eBay or having to buy a whole GameCube just to steal the switch or just replace your GameCube entirely. So I highly recommend checking out VGR's website and supporting a small creator like me. You can get it for $9 fully assembled, the 2.0 version for $9. You can get it for $1 less without the bypass switch. and you can do it all yourself for $7 with and without the bypass switch. So that's pretty cool. You have a DIY kit if you want to do that little bit of soldering yourself, or you can get it all pre-assembled for $9. I'm assuming plus shipping, because that would probably really eat into your profits there. But yeah, VGR is a cool dude, so go check out his website, go support him, and that's really all I gotta say for this one. If you want to watch me do the whole mod or do the recording live, I have it up on the VODs channel presumably by now. And thanks for watching. I don't normally end videos like that. This is definitely not the normal second channel video, but two birds, one stone, right?